our next speaker is Marc Sabadi, who is iGaming Spain manager at Mitek. Marc came from Barcelona here today to tell us more, among other things, how to prevent ID fraud. Welcome to the stage, Marc.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you, William. Thank you for organizing this fantastic event. And thank you, everybody here, to attend. Okay, I am Marc. I'm the sales manager for the gaming industry for Mitek. Have 15 minutes. I will structure my presentation. First, explaining a bit who we are in Mitek, very briefly. Then explaining some fraud techniques that fraudsters use and the risks for the operators. And finally, just pointing out some good practices that our customers do to prevent this fraud from happening. Okay. We're Mitek. We're a NASDAQ-listed company, headquarters in San Diego, California, offices in Barcelona, in Mexico City, in London, Netherlands, and Paris. And we provide globally solutions for ID verification. Okay? As big as we are, our origins are somehow very small as well. And I'd like to tell you a story. Okay? Back in 2002, Casino de Peralada, who's down here, Casino Barcelona Peralada Group, placed a request to some researchers from the University of Barcelona because they wanted to automatize and verify the entrance of the players at the casino. And those researchers created a solution to OCR the ID, and that solution apparently was really good. It was that good that they created a company, and back in 2017, that company was acquired by Mitek, and that's why we've got offices in Barcelona. I'd like to tell you this story, how our origins are very small, very startup, and linked to the gambling industry. We provide a wide range of ID verifications, not only for the gambling industry, but also for other highly regulated industries, such as financial services, insurance, or others. And we basically do is helping them to fight against fraud, okay? Because fraud is like a river, okay? Yeah, like a river. Fraudsters always try to flow, to sneak into the stones, to find its way. It's very difficult to stop. It's like water, you know, that finds any hole to sneak around, okay? You can add stones, but they are innovative by nature. As Santi pointed out before, new techniques are used on a daily basis. So we try to do the only thing we can do, being as innovative as them, or even more, to prevent fraud from happening. And this is what we do in Mitek. We innovate constantly to prevent this river of fraud, which never stops, from happening and from harming our customers. Okay? Let's point out a bit, I don't want to overlap too much with Santi, some of the fraud techniques that we are finding nowadays. Okay? Impersonation, meaning someone saying that it's someone else. Okay? It can be either consensual or non-consensual. Non-consensual will be identity theft, either by stealing or buying the data on the dark web or in other places. And consensual, I like to talk about the money muling case. I don't know if you are aware. It's this analogy with drug muling when you pass drugs, through the airport. So money muling will be someone, usually a person who needs money, accepting to get paid to create an account, and then someone else using its account for money laundering, basically, money laundering purposes. Okay, this is something in the rise, and it's very dramatic. Okay, also what we call family fraud, friendly fraud, less dramatic, but also happening a lot. Just minors mainly using relatives or friends' account to play. Okay. This is data from the police in Spain, an increase of 38% yearly in these cases. Okay, account takeover. This is huge. as you know. This is happening also a lot. I listed some of the ways how hackers hack the accounts, credential stuffing, phishing, social engineering. Well, the list could be endless. I don't want to be exhaustive here. Just mentioning that after financial sector, gambling sector is the most attacked sector at the moment. Okay, so we are targets. Okay, and then other loopholes in the system. Okay, again, I don't want to repeat what Santi said, but basically I like to point out how bots are in a rise. Okay, some sources say that more than 50% of traffic on websites come from bots. This is shocking and this is dramatic. Okay, thanks God we've got some solutions. Okay, like biometric solutions to say if there is actually a person, behind this bot, also behind this stolen identity. Okay. And of course, it has consequences and risks. We've seen financial risks, not only the money stolen by the fraudsters, but also the fines that you can get from the regulator as an operator. There are also legal risks, because incurring in a serious sanction can end up revoking your license for 6 months or for more. And also, I think very important as well, reputational risks. Incurring in these faults can lead to a loss of reputation and a loss of customers. And this is something that we like to avoid. And we like to help you to avoid. Okay, we need to do proper KYC to avoid this. We need to do proper onboarding, because onboarding is like buying a new car. Yeah, like buying a new car. What do you do when you buy a car? You go to the dealer, you choose a car, you buy a car. And the moment you drive out from the dealer, what happens? The car starts losing value. Why? Because nobody knows how you will use this car. You might get a scratch, you might drive too aggressively, it might get, I don't know, many things can happen. Nobody knows the maintenance you will do. Nobody knows what will happen to this car. So the market perceives that as a risk, and the value goes down every day. Same with online onboarding of your customers. You onboard the customer, okay? And you know who they are. But the day after, you don't know if there will be an account takeover. You don't know if someone will steal its credentials. You don't know what will happen, So the value of this onboarding goes down every day. That's why it's necessary not only to do a good onboarding, but also to do a persistent KYC. Okay? A KYC that has to be frequent. Why? Because this onboarding has lost value from the first day it was done. Okay? What we do in Mitek is provide these sort of solutions. Okay? Because not only has to be frequent, it has to be multi-layered. This river, the river of fraud we've seen at the beginning, the only way of stopping it is adding more layers. Okay? We can provide a wide range of solutions to add some layers, customized layers for each of our customers. Okay? And also we need to be at the cutting edge of technology. Okay? And I just want to mention 2 things here. Okay? Using biometrics, it's a very useful way to check identity after onboarding. It's very quick, and it's much better than passwords. Some studies said it's 10 times safer than passwords. Okay, and less easy to steal. But also, nowadays, hackers, they do deepfakes, hacking image, AI-generated voice, or hacking biometric voice. So we've got the best technology to detect if there are humans, if there are a living person or not. Okay? So combining layers is the only way to prevent this river of fraud from advancing. And we have to find the right way of doing it. And most important, we have to do that avoiding friction. Okay? Because once you add layers, you always have to calibrate very well the fraud prevention and the user experience. Okay? How you do this? Creating customized flows in a quick delivery for each of your customer journeys. What we want to do is to uplift the player conversion. We want all the good guys to enter, and we want to prevent all the fraudsters to enter. So only by these customized flows, we can do that. Okay, it's always a balancing thing. So just to summarize a bit, because later we have a small table outside, so if you want to discuss any of these topics more into detail, I'll be more than happy to talk. But there are huge opportunities in the sector, despite all we've said today, but only by preventing fraud from happening, by doing it in a way that it's fluid and with no friction, we can allow the good guys to play and have the best of the times in a safe environment. Thank you very much.